Old.
This guy.
That's weird.
You know what we don't have is tea.
I can get some tea. I can brew some up.
He's gonna start with a song. I'll go get tea. Nothing like starting. No, you sit.
I'm gonna start with a song.
I'll help you.
Why don't you go get some tea? Oh, gonna start with a song where the boys are all getting tea. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Can you believe I went from South Florida to Knoxville? Yeah, in like 2 days. Please turn your radio down in the background. I'm sorry, caller. I can't hear the radio.
The sound works.
Thank you very much.
Works.
We're gonna take the next caller.
Call it now at 866.
This thing does not
530.
stay in tune, so it fits my voice perfectly.
Dan says, is this going to be one of those mushy
my
family
goodness.
story hours? Dan, how clearly you don't know us, my friend. The only mushy thing we do are potatoes.
So, we're here with the modern yeoman.
Where's my question?
He's kind of a little more normal than us.
Get this silent.
No, he had to put the guitar down.
Yeah.
Which ones do you have mine?
Is tea on the way?
Yeah.
Tea is on the way.
Hi, everyone.
So, for those of you... Oh, wait. Well, it's your channel.
It's my channel. What are you doing?
Jeez, for Pete's sake.
So
Here, we switched hats.
you gotta watch the second one. Hey, everybody, it's Flannel Farms here.
Let me tell you about hibiscus.
Why do we have a few kids?
I plant things. But what I plant is weeds. But I say you can eat it.
So
It's an invasive species.
Imagine being me sitting here between these two guys.
it's like it's deliberately one of those
Rogers and
psychological.
Hammerstein
He's
here.
getting smarter as he sits there.
So, welcome back, everybody. This is not going to be a normal live stream, obviously, because I'm here with my brother Brian from Flannel Farms and Sean, the modern yeoman, who we are actually at his homestead right now.
We are.
The Homestead is
The
what I like to
Homestead.
call it. It's a pleasure to be here. It's nice to be here in between these two guys.
We're staying at the Yotel.
Here's something I want to say. Imagine the smell. It's awesome. It's good.
All right, so
It's his
so we
pitch.
figured since some of you guys, I mean, you guys know me, and you know my brother Brian, and we've been on streams together. I've been on his channel. He's been on my channel.
I'm gonna move the light closer.
And
I feel like I'm washed out.
Just
here.
let me know if
kinda-
you need help with
in your
that.
glory.
He's gonna move the light closer. Put
I always
can
play
you walk
second
all the way
fiddle.
around? He's trying to walk around a rocking chair right
It'll
now.
very
Good work,
large.
though.
It's hilarious physical humor you're not seeing, but
If you guys could let us know how the lighting situation is.
hey,
we
it's
could
nice to see
us.
some of you
That's
guys here. Man, I think
Yeah.
I just saw Paulini.
Hey,
Hey
Mio.
Reed. Hey Karen.
Mio said it's her 1-year anniversary of being a member of your channel, not just a subscriber, but the member.
Really?
Ooh.
That's what she said.
Well, congratulations. I should sing a song for that.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
What do you want?
All right, so do you want to? So I wrote out some questions. So we're gonna
Yes.
kind of get so you guys can know Sean
So-
and his channel.
And not only, dude, Sean has never done a live stream.
I
so-
have not. I've done premieres on my channel, but I've
So we're
yet
trying
to
to-
do a live stream.
So we're kind of gonna work him into the live stream thing. So
And we know that because we're on my brother's channel, that a lot of you are not necessarily familiar with him. So we wrote out a couple questions for him and thought maybe we just ask him and kind of off the cuff. None of this is scripted, obviously, or the light would have worked and the camera wouldn't have been backwards.
except
you
that
would-
we wrote some questions out.
you would-
That's
You're gonna
not
grill me.
yeah.
you
You're
would
gonna grill me,
think
and I'm
by
ready
now-
for it.
By now, we would know.
And Brian's channel is Flannel Farms.
Yes,
Look
and-
for Flannel Farms, and this is the Modern Yeoman, Sean the Modern Yeoman.
And actually, Sean is very close to 10,000 subscribers, so we're hoping to kind of push him over this weekend. So if you want to just subscribe and never watch anything, you can just...
yeah, that's fine. We don't watch his channel. So.
The algorithms will work with the number.
None of us watch each other.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Did you see that? No,
So
I didn't see
crazy.
it.
Yeah. Oh, you have pigs? And did you tell them we're here to butcher pigs?
No, we're
No.
definitely not doing
That's,
that.
No,
Tomorrow.
not tonight. Yeah,
Not
tomorrow.
tonight.
And Billy from Permapastures will be here, and
Nate and Katie
Nate
from
The Kramer Life.
the
from the
Kramer
Kramer
Life will
Life
be here
are going to be
tomorrow
here
as
all
well.
tomorrow,
Yes.
and everybody's going to.
That's
be
right,
filming.
Jerry.
Yeah.
You've got the manic
Yeah,
movement
well, that's
there.
the ADD. It's but everybody tomorrow I think is going to be filming. So what will be cool actually is if you
Yes.
go to all 5 channels and see what people thought was interesting from their point of view to put into the channel based on the way that they create content.
Right.
So that would be an interesting exercise, whether you enjoy the way they did it or not. It
And
would be-
as a vegan, I find this entire thing very offensive.
as I find you offensive as a
Incredibly
vegan.
offensive. Horrible.
So So we're gonna get our story, and
I love to be here, by the way. This is awesome. I feel like I'm a guest at my own house. I love this.
Isn't that
This is
fun?
awesome.
We do take things over.
Does your wife make you feel that way, or is it us?
She does. Yes.
All right, go ahead.
So how did you get interested in the homesteading life? What's your origin story there?
It's similar to how it's happened for a lot of people. It was during the capital P pandemic a few years ago, and Holly and I were living in North Carolina, and this was before things got really hairy. And people were starting to realize things were getting strange. And so it got real for us when we went to the grocery store. And I think all of you guys watching might remember this moment. There was nothing there. There wasn't potatoes. There wasn't rice.
Oh, the supply line.
There wasn't toilet paper, which was bizarre and ridiculous, but nothing was there.
I ate a lot of toilet paper during the pandemic.
You were the one hoarding all of it.
Yeah, I was hoarding.
Right.
So we had a moment where it was like, wait a second. Food is just something you take for granted. Food is default, right? And so we started thinking, okay, well, this isn't right. This isn't normal. And Holly had gotten into kind of nutritional therapy. She was very much in that world, and she was already familiar with Joel Salatin. It's something that we had watched years prior. And we started taking an interest in it, and we started thinking a little bit more about it. And so where we were living at the time, as the pandemic progressed, things got increasingly more... Help me articulate.
Repressive.
Repressive, thank you. Yes, things got increasingly repressive. And so we were living in an apartment at the time. It wasn't our goal to live there forever, but it was something like, wait a second, we got to get out. We got to get out now. This is 2020.
That's a great wake up.
It was a huge wake up. It was the summer of 2020. And so things were going crazy. Things were bad. You did not want to be in this very populated area. There was no food, and things were repressive, as David said. So my family lives in the Knoxville area, and that's where we are now, in beautiful East Tennessee. And so this is about the time we started looking for land. We got very lucky. It was an answered prayer. We were able to find some land in East Tennessee, and we were able to get it. We were able to get this land, and so we moved on. Our turnaround time from being shocked at empty shelves to actually living on a homestead was like 3 months. It was didn't take long.
That's the way we do it. That's the way we roll.
Absolutely.
So we just jumped on it and we hit it hard, and we were here. And so we got, I think it was about 4 acres. And shortly thereafter, a few months after, my parents bought the adjoining property, and they have about 6-7 acres. So our 2 properties are combined, and we have together about 11 properties, aka the Yosted.
11 properties?
There are 11 properties. One day.
He's a slumlord.
I was giving
He's
away
a
my-
slumlord.
He's a slumlord.
The
Sean,
slumlord
the modern
homesteader.
slumlord. 11
All right,
acres.
so you're obviously fit and healthy. Do you eat anything, like, is your diet off of the homestead? Is there anything that you're doing to stay fit and healthy? Because you don't look
I'm
like
40
the
years
average
old.
American.
He is 1 month older than me. and
We actually found out
It
we were
shows.
born a month apart. I don't know if that's a compliment or a.
it's the wisdom.
A month
Yeah.
All the
apart,
wisdom around your eyes.
we
same hospital, same mailman, actually. Yeah.
The same stork.
they're not going to let me finish a question.
All right, so
I'm going to
yeah,
stop.
so your diet. How do you stay fit? How do you look good at 40?
Well, I do eat a lot of things that we've raised. So one of our goals when we started the homestead was to eat as much as we can that we've grown here on the homestead, grown or raised. So the goal eventually is to get to 75% of the food we consume is either grown here or raised here. We're not even close to that right now, just to be completely honest with you. We are
Did
probably...
you two discover that it is like 3 full-time jobs to try and make 50% of your own food, if that?
It's labor intensive.
Daunting.
It's daunting. I work a full-time job, but regardless, here's the short answer is that I don't eat breakfast.
So it's intermittent fasting.
It actually is.
Yeah, which is great for you.
I eat
Yeah.
lunch.
Human growth
Poverty will do
hormone.
that.
I'll eat eggs. I'll typically have hard-boiled eggs and some sort of like cold cut or meat for lunch.
That's
He is
And
awesome.
then
ready.
for dinner, I will have
I should walk behind the camera.
something starchy with meat, with a meat product. And so we actually have we grow a lot of our own meat
all right.
here. We raise.
Free teas. Thank
This
you.
is my wife, Holly. Thank Thank you.
Hi.
Isn't she?
She's-
Well, I was gonna say, isn't she really cute? But
She's-
I probably shouldn't say that.
I was gonna
Rachel,
say
Rachel, she's adorable. I
was gonna
my
say
wife
she-
is watching and
she's the yo wife, but I don't know which yo.
Yo
she's-
mama.
I'm the yo mama.
Yo-
mama.
I'm the
Yes.
yo mama.
I love Billy from Permapastures calls her his homestead honey.
Homestead
You need a
honey.
homestead honey. That's one of the things you
Oh,
need.
She's
gosh.
my homestead honey. Right here.
That's
Yes,
awesome.
yes.
We're talking about how fit and good looking I am right now.
I was wondering,
Yeah, that's-
like,
that
why
was the
come
thing.
out? I'm like, why is he talking about his eating habits?
Like-
Did someone actually
Yeah.
ask
How
you
did you
that?
get such a cute wife? Well, I eat healthy and work out.
All right, so you got any more questions?
Oh, I do.
Interesting.
What kind of tea is
Thank
this?
you.
by the
But
way?
so, one thing I will say, thank you for the tea.
That's a tension tamer.
It's tension.
Oh,
tamer.
great.
These
Oh,
men seem
I,
tense.
I need ADD agitator. Do you have any of No.
Did you put some Adderall in there?
That's coffee I can
Sprinkle
brew.
a little Adderall.
I was going to say in 15 minutes I'll be over here. And they'll be like, now we can ask some real questions.
So our goal is to have most, if not all, of the meat we consume to be home raised, and that's a step we're going to be taking tomorrow when we process our 2 pigs. So we've got 3 freezers, and hopefully all of it will be filled with meat that we've raised.
People are raised in homes. You said you wanted it all home raised meat.
Yeah, home raised meat.
Yeah, but not people. That's obvious. I mean, that's, no.
Oh. But what if they've,
Look,
oh, all right. So the other
I hope that
question,
adequately.
I know he
mean,
has a
is that-
different cultural background from us, but don't get into
We'll get
it.
there,
I mean,
we'll get
just
there. Don't rush
make
the question.
assumptions.
All right, the baby is inside. I must go.
Our
All
son
right.
Henry
The
is right over
cute,
there.
cute baby.
Maybe he'll make an appearance.
he was,
It's kind of chilly.
Put on his seal
I
skins.
thought it was Tennessee.
Hike out through.
Yeah.
Come out of his little baby igloo.
Well, if we don't put him in here, the algorithm will get mad that we lied in the thumbnail.
No!
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
there has to be a
There
baby
has
in
to
it.
be a baby.
We will get a baby at
I'll
some point.
go bundle up the baby.
YouTube demands it. If you just bring a pillow wrapped in a baby's
What
clothes.
about this little hat?
Yes, that's
Can you wear
perfect.
this hat?
Absolutely.
He wears the flannel hat.
There we
Yes,
go.
put
This
him in
might swallow him. I'll
That's fine.
see.
We'll see.
It doesn't have a stomach, so it'll be okay.
Okay,
So, number
Hit
2.
me.
Have you ever won money gambling?
I have. I went to. I'm not a gambler. I should start with that. I am
Well,
not
you
a
just
gambling
admitted to it,
man.
so that's
I am not a gambling man, but
Not a
there was one time a friend was having a bachelor party in Las Vegas. I'm not a gambler. I was toying with the idea of gambling as a general concept. What would it be like to gamble? So, on a
Right.
lark,
Have you ever killed a man? I was gambling with the idea of.
on a lark, I said, you know what? Let's see what happens. I had $200 and I put it down on red, and it landed on red, and I won, and I suddenly had $400. That's all I
Wow.
wanted to do. That's it. That's all I did. That was
And
my.
you stopped.
Yeah. Yeah. But I have not done it since.
Why you won?
Is Yeoman short for anything?
No. So Yeoman, when I talk about Yeoman, I'm talking about the Jeffersonian concept of the subsistence farmer, the yeoman, what Jefferson
yes,
talked about when he was
the importance of being a landowner, farmer.
So you're racist.
No. So this was actually.
I'm gonna kick you off my channel.
So actually, the initial term was used for farmers that grew their own food. They didn't hire help. They did not have slaves. They grew their own food. They supplied their own meat. And this was in
It's
colonial times.
independent.
They were independent.
farmer,
It's something that
farmstead,
really
homestead.
spoke to me, and
Yeah.
that was a colonial concept that I hope I'm trying to convey through my channel is trying to be as self-sufficient as possible.
Jedi Jingle Maker says you're the most successful gambler in human history.
doubled,
Congrats.
doubled and stopped.
And then I was done, and that was
Yeah.
that was the limit of my experience.
Was Holly still a cocktail waitress when you met her?
What we met at work.
So you were a cocktail waitress
No,
too?
he was the bartender.
Oh,
I was the bartender. She was the cocktail waitress. This was in Vegas, but no, I'm just
sounds like
kidding.
sounds like a Reba song. We are in Tennessee.
We met at work. I forget. We worked for an industrial supply company. I won't name the name of it. I was a writer and she was a proofreader, and this was 10 years ago, and well, beyond 10 years ago. And we hit it off. You're not supposed to do this with people you work, but fate.
Only
Good
people who
Lord.
don't do
Say
it
like
successfully.
writer and a copywriter, copy editor. That's a good combination right there.
And we have been together ever since. We balance each other out.
Oh, that's awesome.
My parents are walking. So a little, yeah. My parents live next door on the homestead, so they're actually walking back over.
Billy says he expects various meats and cheeses for lunch tomorrow.
We have tamales tomorrow.
Look,
Oh, that's
and he's
good.
wearing flannel.
This is my dad.
Yo, Poppy.
This is Leo Poppy. This is my dad. He lives next door.
And Yo Grammy doesn't want to come on the camera.
I don't blame her. The
Yes.
folks. It's questionable company.
We'll see you guys.
So when Central Casting sent over your dad,
Yeah.
those
Anita says
he
hi,
did a
Mom
good
and
job.
Dad.
Director.
Because you even look similar.
We talk similar. We look similar.
He was
I
on
think we have
camera
the
more
same
than 5
odd
minutes, we owed
cadence
him.
in our voice, which maybe Henry will have that as well when he gets older.
That's interesting. Speaking of Henry, so we met him. He's beautiful. Did you have a hard time? I heard you had a hard time negotiating with the gypsies over the adoption.
It was a drawn-out process. It involved blood. We'll just say that much. Pig's feet.
Oh, so we just the
T-shirt
pigbacker,
cannons got in there somehow. I don't know why, but suffice it to say, we have a
Yeah. You've
beautiful
got him,
little
and he's
boy.
beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. He does like to wander. Yeah.
He
Was
does,
he in the
yes.
t-shirt cannon? Did you catch?
Yeah, long story. Like I said,
Yeah.
crazy. But
And they were the original tiny house people. Those wagons.
they're beautiful. Have you
They're-
seen these?
Yeah, they're
things?
awesome.
I have a book
They're
that has
awesome.
all these like little caravans and little houses. If I can remember it, I'll mention it. It's a beautiful book.
The Roma people were like the RVers of the world.
Mhm.
Faith K asked if the shirts were compost your enemies.
Yeah, that makes
I think
sense.
there's some around. Yeah.
So, question.
So tell us about your conversion to Islam while you were in federal prison.
Let's see. That was
not that
another
we're
story.
judging, not that we're judging you for it.
That was another
mean,
story.
yeah.
You know, here I am in federal prison for gambling.
And buying children from the gypsies.
And buying children from
Frowned
traveling
upon.
people.
the Roma. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Roma. The
And
Roma people.
Times were tough in prison, but then I found a way out. There's only so far down this rabbit trail that I can go. But I'm
The rabbits
hanging.
are actually unclean.
I think I'm hanging pretty well.
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
with this.
That's
Well, let's see. There's more to come. There's more questions.
questions.
To come.
You have a question?
Offshore banking. Is that where you keep your YouTube money?
Yeah. Bahamas.
And any tips?
Some people
Circumventing
tell
tax
me.
law.
What's that?
What?
Well, offshore banking. I mean, people have tried to talk me into it. I've thought about it, but you've been successful.
Somebody
at it.
tell me how this works, though. I want to hear you explain it to me. Offshore banking. One keeps all of their funds in a bank
You
that
give it to
doesn't
s- right.
subscribe to our current tax laws, correct?
Right, and then you get paid by it.
Okay.
Huge amounts.
Okay.
Huge amounts of money.
Yeah.
Copious.
It's working well.
Copious amounts of money.
Boy, it's working well. It's
Well, they
working
could afford a
very
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Babies aren't cheap.
Nate
It's-
from Kramer Life says, "Tell Sean I'm learning the other side of him tonight."
We'll see you tomorrow.
He had
So,
y'all
you
fooled,
You didn't
didn't
know
he?
this about me.
Thought
did
he was
you?
a nice Christian by doing the things on the farm. Turns out
So-
he's a Muslim extremist who keeps his money offshore.
And kind of going along with that, for people just getting into herpetology, are there any starter reptiles that make great pets?
I was reading recently about this is slightly related, and I don't know if it's true, so I'm going to ask my Floridian friends here. Something about iguanas that get frozen and fall out of trees. Is this true, or is this an urban legend?
This is true.
Is this
True,
really
it gets
true?
below
So
about
they'll-
40 degrees. They don't freeze. They just can't move anymore because there's such a warm climate. Lizard. If it gets below freezing, they die. But if it gets closer to freezing and not below freezing, they just fall all over the ground because they like to roost in
and
trees.
as presumably they perish once they fall.
No, you bring them home and they warm up and they run off again,
See,
unless
knew
they
it.
freeze.
so iguanas.
That's if you want to catch one.
Yes, I heard somebody. I have a friend that is in Florida, and she was saying that when they're on the ground, they have like their hands up like that. It's not funny. It's
It's kinda
unfortunate.
hilarious.
but-
They eat all the gardens down there, so everybody's happy when they fall
Is
out
it
of the
true that
trees.
there's like a bounty? Like if you collect a certain amount of iguanas, that the state will pay you? Is that true?
There are paid bounty hunters, but they're generally kind of freelancing for neighborhoods.
Okay.
I,
All right.
I interviewed one for one of my books.
Final question: can you eat iguana meat?
Yes,
Okay.
I've eaten it. Down
Really?
in the Caribbean. It tastes like a cross between like you know, it tastes like a cross between rabbit and a tender, like white seafood, like a real light snow
Like a
crab
cod or
something. It's
something.
it's very pleasant.
Okay.
But but the thought of actually butchering and eating is kind of gross because they are cold. I mean, there's just like it's a weird
animals.
cold-blooded,
Yeah.
leathery thing that you're eating, and somebody else cooked it. I ate it.
Iguana farming, maybe that's the new thing. Maybe instead of
It would
eating
be easy to
cricket
do.
powder in the future, we'll be eating
Well, yeah,
iguana.
I would take
Iguana
that.
scales.
That's right, yeah.
Okay,
Sorry,
need
did
to
you have
be
any more
part.
questions?
Just one, I think. Have you seen Henry's colic improving after treating him with turpentine?
Yes, absolutely.
The
One of
old,
the-
I mean, that's classic.
Speaking
We
of-
saw all the pines.
the
around
old
here.
ways are
Yeah.
the best ways.
Yeah. And whiskey.
Let's
before
ask
you-
Holly. Holly, so when you started treating Henry with turpentine it
And
helped-
whiskey.
it was a huge help for his colic.
What?
Just say yes.
Sure.
But everyone got thinner.
This is our son.
Come to daddy.
This is Henry Higgins.
Oh, look
in
at
the
you.
hat.
His
What?
Christian name is David.
Look at
Yeah.
you.
That's right.
Oh,
I think he's a little dazed. Are you going to smile for
He's got
everyone?
the flannel hat on.
He does. He's got his. I'm trying to make sure it doesn't go over his eyes. He keeps eating
See, I was
it.
afraid he was gonna bite me because he could smell like other babies. You know, when I came and
he's
he
dominant.
Here's
He
what
liked me.
I will say is Henry took to these bros
He
immediately.
loves
Wouldn't that be-
them. He loves
Immediately,
them.
as soon as Brian and I went to pick up some food this evening, and we came back. This dude was like crawling all over David, like grabbing his beard.
Oh
and,
yeah, I like my beard. He spit up on me to claim
That's
me.
right. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
And you are claimed now, my friend.
He's my buddy.
Yeah, he's a little tired right now, I think, but he's
He's
going to help
fine.
with
You're a
the
good
pig
boy.
processing tomorrow.
He's gonna run the tractor.
He's going to
Yeah.
run the tractor for us.
He's gonna kill
help
the
us-
pig.
Yeah.
We're just gonna throw him in the pen, and whichever one comes out.
Pow, pow, pow. He's pow. He's
I'm a pop those
left to
suckers.
right.
What do you think, bud? You going to help out?
He's awesome.
He's a cool kid.
Why is everybody yelling? The camera.
We are very blessed to have this little
Okay,
guy.
so one more question. Do you miss the time you used to spend fishing with Bernie Madoff
This ties into the offshore question, actually.
and the federal prison?
And the federal prison. They all kind of work together.
Boy, I love.
But people say he was
I
great.
missed out.
See, the thing about Bernie,
He was personable.
you
The
know,
charade's over. You can admit it.
the thing about Bernie is that, yes, he ran afoul of the law, but he's got a little something called pride. And so he,
He also made off with a lot of money.
And he burning a lot of people's banky accounts.
I wish Billy was here because he would only.
will
add-
be.
He will be.
You
Billy
heard me.
and Nate and oh boy, it's gonna be
The
funny.
thing that was the best about Bernie Madoff, seriously, was that he was
Started no conversation ever.
he was
That's
over-
the first.
he
That's the
was-
first time those words have ever been uttered.
He
in
was
history.
literally overseeing the stock market exchange, the president of the stock exchange, while he was bilking people for
I
billions
did not
of
know
dollars.
that. That's
It's-
something that my old
He
pal
was
Bernie never told
overseeing
me.
the biggest rigged game and rigging his own game on the side, and that's what got him
And that's
in
what
trouble.
got in trouble. You can't rig the riggers.
He can't rig the riggers.
And we're
That's
not
a
talking
t-shirt
about cranes.
right there.
You know,
So-
we have a T-shirt.
So
idea.
that was our questions for you. I think that. How would you say he did?
8
Yeah,
out of
rate
8
me.
out of 10.
He was it's
Okay,
it's
I'll
a-
take it.
a-
That's solid. That's a
definitely 8 out
solid
of 10.
performance.
He
I'll
plays
take
the
that.
straight guy well.
Yeah.
He only lost it a couple times.
Yeah. Overall,
I was
think
trying not to laugh.
Overall, I think I hung pretty well. This guy, solid 10 out of
Solid
10. my
every
friend.
No, he's chill. He's chill.
Yeah.
So
Like-
do we have any questions? We
Don't
got.
judge me. I don't know. I
Anybody
haven't-
else add
I
some
haven't looked
questions
at the
in?
producer.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Henry's sitting on the production.
John
Go.
Henry
Come here,
was a
Bubba.
little baby.
My man.
All right, if we've missed any questions, send them again because there's no chance.
He can't see.
Oh,
There's
can't see
8
your blind.
million people sending so many questions. Tim says we're not going to get anything done tomorrow. Yes, we will.
Yes,
we will have a
we
good
will.
time.
We will have a good time. We'll have lots of pork. So here's a question for you, Brian. Since you've done this 10 times,
I have.
you've seen the boys that we're going to process
have.
tomorrow, Frank and Beans.
Let's hear it for the boys.
You're estimating them about like 250 each or so.
Yeah, I think easy.
How much?
250.
How many pounds of meat do you think we'll be able to?
Typically, you get right around 50%, but I was actually talking to your dad about this, and it depends on how ridiculous you want to get with picking meat off of things.
Okay.
So, like your hams, for example.
You might need mama.
Do
Uh-oh.
we need to go in?
I knew you liked me better.
I need to go in.
I'm done. It's too cold out here. These streets are so weird.
Oh,
See you, buddy.
Oh. Why don't we take that little hat off of you real quick?
Well, he'll get cold.
No, grow your
Oh,
hair
hey,
fast.
Scott Head is here.
He's gonna molt and he'll grow thicker hair. That's
Say
the way
goodbye to
babies
every-
do that.
At
He did
Off Grid
molt,
with
by the way.
Doug and Stacy. Of course he hung himself. Don't be
Wait, I missed the
ridiculous.
question. You
Come
got the
on,
boy?
Henry, I
No,
got you.
anyways.
Bye, Bubba.
Oh wait, this is.
Okay, so you were saying 50% is generally.
Yeah. Now so there are pieces of meat between parts of the the rib and the skull, spine and skull and things. How much into the foot do you want to get? And what you can do for a lot of those things that you don't want to pick clean with a knife is you can actually throw the whole thing in a crock pot.
Which
and it will-
we're absolutely planning.
You're
on.
gonna end up with a lot of bits to throw in a crock pot.
That's fine.
But pig broth really isn't that great. I just haven't found it to be very delightful.
It's
but
not something you see on
it's not
shelves very
maybe Billy
often.
would like the bone broth. So it depends on how much you want to go picking through stuff like that. What I tend to do is because I have a dog, I have a big
Yeah.
cast iron cauldron that I have going, and I just start throwing stuff in there so it isn't raw anymore.
Mhm.
So the dog, when it grabs it, it doesn't smell like dead flesh.
Okay.
But yeah, if you put it in a crock pot or something like that, you can pick a lot more meat off it once you get everything
Okay,
done.
cool.
You can also throw it in the fridge and do it later. Like it doesn't all have to be tomorrow. You don't
Okay.
have to worry about super set package sealing it because you're just going to chuck it in a crock pot in a little while. So
I guess we'll see tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you're gonna save the organs?
Yep.
Will you eat the organ?
Well,
meat?
here's my plan, and this is actually a plan I learned from Billy, who will be here tomorrow, and that's to take most of the guts, maybe not all of the guts, because there'll be plenty of guts, but
There's so many
put
guts.
them in a pile in the chicken run and put them under some compost and let the chickens do their thing with the guts.
I mean, if the ones you don't want to eat. I mean, you're not gonna eat the liver.
Holly does want the liver and the heart. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what she intends to do with the liver. I've heard of, when we helped slaughter the
I
sheep,
want the adrenal glands.
we took their hearts and their livers and we used them. But pigs, you don't hear many people using the hearts and livers of pigs. I don't know if that's a thing.
Pate.
Pate?
That
Of
pate. My
pigs?
wife makes a pate from the pork livers. It's really good.
Let's give it a shot.
One of the
yeah.
things that we were going to try doing on our next pig is mixing it in with sausage. So to see if you could kind of
Okay.
just blend it in with.
Just thicken up the sausages.
Yeah,
in
just,
your current- okay.
25% organ meat, 75% other things.
Regardless, the chickens are going to be getting some of them.
Chickens are gonna have some good
What is it that
stuff.
you make? Is it chitlins that you make with, what is that stuff?
No, scrapple.
This
It's the pig intestines. You cut it up and you fry it. Am I thinking of something?
that's tripe.
Tripe. Thank you.
Tripe. The chitlins is the leftover after you cook the fat out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
you get those little
tripe.
connective
Those
tissue.
are-
I'm sorry,
that
I'm
gets
thinking of
crunchy.
And some
tripe.
bits of muscle sometimes.
They're
is
like
in
little
there.
bits of
But also the fat
bacony
just
bits.
poofs into whatever doesn't dissolve, poofs into
Okay.
chitlins. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
down to
good
try
stuff.
all of it. I mean, we've raised these boys now for darn near a year.
You could make
so-
clothing out of their skins.
Well, the old pig skin. What? I
We're
read
gonna have
somewhere-
to make a football.
That's
the
a
most
tie-in for the
American
Super
thing
Bowl.
ever.
that you were
It
looking
is.
at.
Right down to the
pig
Super Bowl.
skin, that's
We'll
right.
make our own
yes.
football tomorrow. You
greatest
guys
pig
watch
skin
us
in the
live
world.
as we
Yes.
make the football. Bum 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 bum.
No,
Bum, bum, bum,
not too many.
No.
No, too long.
Ba-da, ba-da. Bum 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 bum.
I was
Yeah,
reading
those
somewhere
names and
that,
names.
that the most primary leather that's used, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but the most primary leather that's used in industrial manufacture is pig leather. Is this true? I don't know
Yeah,
if
it's
this
used
is
for
true.
bookbinding.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sean says you can wear your people people skin as clothing too, because you said you can wear the pig skin.
Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that,
Crystal,
Sean.
Crystal's a new member of your channel.
Crystal, this is the weirdest stream
Hi,
for you
Crystal.
to subscribe to, but God bless you and thank you for coming. Thank you for that.
Yes. It's fun.
Tim Beverly says chitterlings are pig intestines. That's what
Ah.
he said, right?
Chitterlings.
Chitterlings. I think that might have been what I was thinking of. Thank you.
Yo, chitterling.
That's what happens when you eat something like chitterlings. Whoa. For those of you that haven't hit the thumbs up button yet, shame on you. For shame. I don't know how many of you have, but we're just throwing that out.
Please do.
Is it
Please.
even yet? Because last live stream we hit the perfect
Yeah, we
50.
did. No, we got
Can you tell on
166
this-
Yeah, yeah.
165 people and 93 thumbs
Oh,
up.
93.
nice.
Some of you are
Yeah, pretty well.
freeloaders. For shame. Crystal says, I'm a resubscriber. I'm down with the weirdness.
Oh, that's right.
A resubscriber.
Dirty H.O. Garden says, no beer around the campfire. Shame on you. There's no
There's
campfire.
a legitimate service that you can use to turn your deceased loved ones
To do assorted
into
leather goods.
goods.
That's dank paganism. We're not doing that. I mean, unless you turn them into like a Bible or something.
Troglodyte says, now that we shamed, but he can't thumbs up. We didn't want yours in.
Frankenbeans go to. Hi, Hap. It's good to see you here. Hap has left me so many useful comments on my videos, and so Hap is one of those people that. Hap, if you're watching this, thank you. You have always left super useful comments. I put a lot of the comments that you've left into practice, so thank you. Okay, somebody's saying something.
Troglodyte, I was teasing you too. So.
Yeah, baby,
Hey,
Granny gets
Homestead.
to be a real KGV.
Try head cheese with the feet and head meat. Yes, we're thinking of head cheese for sure, 100%. I don't know what it is.
Prions, that's what it is.
Head
That's
cheese
what I'm
is
scared of,
prions?
is prions.
That's what you get mad cow disease from in pig.
Mad pig disease.
KGV is for common law legal. Brains. Those are two interesting comments to be wound up
Pork
mentioning.
jelly,
Pork
that's
jelly.
right.
This is sort of fun.
Sort of fun is, that's what we were
Yeah.
shooting for. We didn't want
Yeah.
to be too fun.
We sort of appreciate your
just
comments.
kinda-
Sort of appreciate
Well, it's not the worst
comment.
day I ever had, but it's a day.
Has
So-
anyone heard anything from
It's
Ice
not much,
Age
but it's honest
Farmer?
living.
No, everybody asks me if I've heard from Ice Age Farmer like in every stream.
So
no,
Scott,
no idea. He's
Scott,
disappeared.
her Carolyn, whoever that is. No, Carolyn watches a lot of us. Said that he had to kind of go dark, so he went dark for whatever reason. I don't have any other reasons than that, just that he went underground. So
He's probably reading The Sum of All Fears in his bunker.
Anita said it's like sitting around a fire with familiar weirdos.
That's us. Scrambled eggs and pig brains are great. Hap, I will try that, my friend. I will.
He'll try that.
Dark sounds fun. The mole people. So
So-
what did they shoot down today?
Oh, no.
Just the one weather balloon.
You know, I don't know if anyone heard about this. There was some sort of train derailment or something. And did you hear about this? It was like a chemical spill, and they burned the chemicals, and there's like this big cloud.
No, I missed that one.
Maybe I had a dream. There was this bizarre thing where there was like this big cloud of chemical burn. I could have been. I don't know if that was real or not. David needs to whip out the guitar and start
Crystal.
some singing.
Jeez.
Yeah, there we go.
Crystal said I ate cat poop once. Obviously accidental.
Obviously.
Betty says Ohio. They had to evacuate.
Oh, so it
I'm
was a thing. It was real.
terrified of
Okay.
toxoplasmosis.
Are all of you guys okay?
Yeah, we're okay. We're
not you,
close
them.
to- oh, okay.
I know you're fine. You're in
Yes.
Tennessee.
Okay.
yeah,
we
we're
do-
fine here.
Yeah, we do care about the
making
people.
Sean has marked himself safe.
Here we are. We're
Mark
safe.
himself.
I seriously
clicked
though, I
into
do.
the neighborhood watch
Seriously though, I do hope everyone's okay up there. I don't know. I know very little about it. All I remember is there's some sort of crazy chemical spill.
Gosh,
that
Reminds
they
me of the Great Molasses
Apparently
Flood.
they did shoot down something near Alaska, another blimp. That's what somebody said.
My guitar is being played here by David Good.
That's really dramatic. I can't see the comments or I'd sing them.
Dano says use ivermectin. How's that?
The Weather Channel had more accurate data than ever before, but now their best balloon is gone. I hope they send some more. They were bought by a subsidiary of Chinese interests. I don't know that that's true. Weather Channel, please don't sue me. I was up in a plane the other day and I had a bookmark in my hand. So I looked out the window at 30,000 feet and I thought I'd measure the land. There was no curve. None at all. Put a note below this video, YouTube. There was no curve. All right.
I was gonna say, you know what I haven't seen over a football game in a long time? It's a Goodyear blimp.
The Goodyear blimp.
I don't-
They just started shooting down
You know
all
why?
balloons. Come on, man.
It was
All
it
balloons.
was Goodyear. That's why.
All balloons, man. Come on. We're shooting them down.
Ah man, a lot of people are full of hot air.
It's a cube. Oh,
Hey.
we're talking about the planet Earth. Yes, it's a cube. Music request, lime buggy.
There we go.
Flannel Farms. What kind did you get?
Karen asked what stage of growing we're in, and our grow lights just came in. And to be honest, I don't know. Because if you guys remember our live stream from approximately 48 hours ago, we were...
Do you guys get, oh, sorry, I just...
That's fine. No, it's your show. Go whatever.
Yep.
So it showed up while I was gone, and I opened the box and looked at him and said, "Oh, I have to assemble these," and closed the box and left. So I don't even know what I ordered. But
I told the family, make sure you feed the pigs and keep the transplants watered.
yeah,
If you don't do anything else, those two are kind
only
of
X and I
important.
says it has to be flat because water needs to be contained, and water is always level.
It always is level, yeah.
That's a good point. Balloons go boom when they're full of gas and missiles.
I gotta say, what a cool privilege it is to sit in between these two guys, and how cool this is to be here with them. There was a time in my life when I would have sat here alone and talked to the wall by myself and wept.
And
Now
then
I
my
have
cheeks would have been wet.
Gross.
Oh, gross. That's the rhyme.
Yes.
Even if it's stupid.
But seriously, this is awesome.
Bev, it's
Humble.
round, but it's not a sphere.
That's exactly right.
Anyways.
But not according to Wikipedia. Ready?
It takes a brave man to sit between those two. Glad you both made it, and I am.
Oh, that's
Alive,
our
he's
brother.
alive.
Sean, the modern woe man.
Whoa.
He identifies as a whoa, man.
Okay, so
Oh,
if you,
I love
if
that.
you
I'm
can-
going to use that
You can
on my
sing
next
the
sad
line buggy.
video.
You can
Sean,
sing
the
the
modern
line
woe
buggy,
man.
buggy part when it comes in, or one of you guys could do the solo. I can tell you when it's the solo time.
Okay, all right.
There's a truck in my field, there is a truck. On the back is a thing, yeah, a thing is on the back. What's that thing on the back of the truck that's in my field? It's a lime buggy, buggy lime. What's the thing on the back of the truck in my field? It's a lime buggy, buggy lime. A lime buggy on a truck with a lime buggy filled with lime, a lime filled buggy thing. Oh, yeah. What's the thing on the back of the truck in my field? It's a lime buggy, buggy. That's you guys' part.
Oh.
Thing on the back of the truck in my field. It's a lime buggy, lime. What's the thing on the back of the truck in my field? It's a lime buggy, lime. What's the thing on the back of the truck in my field? It's a lime buggy, lime. Liming all the time we spread that lime. Every instant is an instant when we spread that limey line. In the future and the past, spreading lime across the grass. Lime buggy lime, lime buggy lime, buggy lime, buggy lime. Lime buggy lime, buggy lime, buggy lime. Lime buggy lime, buggy lime, buggy lime. That's a solo.
I'm producing. I have. Come on, we need a beatbox.
Hey, we can play at the WEF.
Buggy lime, buggy lime, buggy lime, buggy lime. Lime buggy lime, buggy lime, buggy lime. Lime buggy lime, buggy lime, buggy lime.
What do you guys think? We are all stopping whatever we're doing, and we're going on tour.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Forget all this. What are we?
For all 186 of you. Tickets are $3,000 a piece. Otherwise, we won't be able to.
We're
afford
gonna. It's travel expenses. If I run up the credit card enough, I get credit for travel points. I found out I found out like if you run your credit card, you
They
got
give
the
you-
right.
they reward
They're like you
you.
can get a
Yes.
hotel room now. And
Yes.
obviously you're broke and you need someplace to stay.
Yes, that's
So
right.
here's a free hotel room.
There was
We got 1 day free actually.
Yeah, there was a group of people that used to live in hotels. Like they would just live in hotels. Like rich artist types would actually bunk up in a hotel and live there for months at a time.
There's a gym at the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I checked in at the
Gonna
hotel.
hit that
There's
gym?
a gym and there's
Jump
a
on
pool.
the treadmill.
I don't know. I'll jump in the pool after the big butchering.
You're gonna need it, my friend.
Spreads. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
you will get bloody.
Gangland Hotel presents. Wait, we got another super chat there. What was that?
That was- I
I
couldn't
could
see
see
the
one
I'll get it,
being,
hold on.
But thank you.
Thank you, Karen, for the super chat too.
Did you know beach bums are real?
Whoa,
The opening for Metallica.
that would make sense.
It was Tina Bean, sent $4.99 and a giggling lemon.
A giggling lemon.
The giggling lemon.
It's my
Thank you,
nickname
Tina.
in prison, actually.
Tina Bean.
No, it was giggling lemon. We talked about my prison career earlier.
We did,
so.
we did.
Thank you very much, Robert. God bless you. He needs a song for that.
Oh yeah, obviously.
giggling lemon?
Bobert sent money.
Robert sent money.
We'll do a different song tonight than we did the other night.
I know. Robert said
So-
so. He said this really generous super chat.
Bobert was very generous the other night. Paid for my plane ticket, actually. Thank you, Bobert. We still appreciate you. We still owe him 140 minutes, I think.
You know I can sing a Pink Floyd song and it won't demonetize me.
Scott said poke him in the eye.
Hopefully not poop. This guy?
You know what that sounds
Ready?
like the 70s.
Oh, we don't need no education.
Attention to
We don't need no thought control. No dark sarcasm in the classroom. The teacher leave those kids alone.
Bobert sent $2 more and said he's on a budget.
Alone.
You can't have no pudding unless you eat your meat.
All in all, it's just another brick in that wall.
Just one wall. It's a whitewash sepulchre.
All in all, it's just a brick in the wall.
Stone in the You know who built a wall? Trump built a wall. No bricks. All razor wire. So much wire.
Somebody mentioned pawpaw seeds. What?
That's 'cause
what
they were
is
out
a-
of Mama's.
What is the pawpaw? I'm not familiar with
Okay,
this.
so if you're in the tropics, pawpaw is papaya, carica papaya, which is an herbaceous plant that gets called a tree, but it's not really a tree. It's actually a really fast-growing, fruiting plant. Carica papaya. But anybody that is in the United States who doesn't come from a tropical background, if they say pawpaw, they mean Asamina triloba, the native North American plant, which is actually the furthest north growing member of the greater soursop and sugar apple family. So it's kind of complicated. But Asamina triloba is the one where they actually have a pawpaw convention and a big festival in Ohio every
wow.
year. And it tastes kind of like a custardy banana flavor.
Interesting.
And there's different cultivars have been bred. It's a native North American fruit. It actually does grow in Tennessee.
Crystal says it's an Ohio tropical.
Well,
It's an Ohio
you
tropical,
don't
that's right,
see,
yeah.
You don't see much about the pop. Like you don't see pawpaw flavored soda or pawpaw flavored ice cream. Or,
No, because a lot of what happened was a lot of the flavors that came with immigrants, and some of the native plants were completely overlooked. For example, we have a native persimmon that gets very little breeding, very little care. I mean, like, people brought in Japanese persimmon varieties that were great, big, sweet varieties that are different from our native North American ones. And very few people actually said, hey, let's go through all the genetic diversity inside of North America and breed them up. They already just borrowed breeding programs from, 1,000 years ago.
Okay.
So it's a relatively recent discovered fruit by Europeans who like to breed things. So it's
Yeah.
it was basically a found fruit by the natives for the most part, as far as we know.
Also,
do you-
thank you, Tim, for the super chat.
Do you
thank you,
like
Tim.
it? Is it a pleasant?
I've had its cousins, but I have not eaten the pawpaw itself.
Okay.
Because I usually am just slightly too tropical to grow it, but I have about 20 of them planted in my yard now.
Oh,
In lower
okay.
Alabama, so we shall see. But growing it's a little tricky too because it doesn't start easily from cuttings. You have to start it from seed. So it's a
Okay.
little tricky to get.
Yeah.
So you need
know.
a cold house to grow pawpaw instead of a greenhouse?
Well, it's not really. I mean, we can grow them, but there were fruiting trees as far south as Gainesville, so I know that we have the zone for it. They've grown into zone 9, but to start the seeds, you have to get fresh seeds in the fall, summer and fall, when there's fruit on the tree. Take those fresh seeds, wash them off, put them in some slightly damp substrate of some sort, like peat moss or something, stick it in the fridge, let them sit in the fridge all the way through the winter, plant them in the spring, and in about 2 or 3 months they come up and start
I
seeds.
feel like there's
So
an
it's a little bit of work.
opportunity with pawpaw because it's unheard of. It's an untapped market. You could become like a pawpaw baron and take. Here's an example.
People get into it, yeah.
I'm 40 years old. I never heard the word Chipotle once before I was 20. I never heard it once. And then all of a sudden they started a restaurant about it. But
Mr.
you
and
heard
Mrs. Chipotle.
Mr. and Mrs. Chipotle, pleasant folks.
The Chipotle family.
The Chipotle, but then you heard it all the time. And I've noticed that with some food items. There's one recently, and I wish I could remember what it was, but it's something I'd never heard of, and all of a sudden it became super popular. I wonder if Pawpaw is next.
I used to eat sriracha when I was a kid, and then suddenly
Sriracha, that's
all the
another one.
millennials were totally into sriracha. Sriracha everything. Sriracha ketchup, sriracha
Yes.
flavored, tortilla chips.
Correct.
And,
We
and
keep it
everything.
next to our coffee bean grinders.
We had sriracha because there was a friend of ours that was a Chinese Malaysian student, and he loved to put sriracha on his fried rice. And he's like, "Try this," and we thought it was horribly spicy, But,
then
then,
took
but
off.
then we started to like it.
Kombucha.
Yes.
Something when in the 90s no one knew what kombucha was. Is this
Only-
dirty sock water that people kept in the corner, but now it's
Now it's everywhere.
Yes.
I had it on tap out of a van.
Did you really?
Yeah, this guy.
Oh, that's cool.
Kombucha.
Was it good?
Kombucha.
Woke up 3
I
days
like
later.
kombucha.
I think his name is
I do too.
Kombucha. Was it Kombucha Steve? He's in Central Florida, and he came to one of my events, and he had his van, and he actually crafted these taps out of the
Oh.
side and tanks inside, and he was making kombucha from all kinds of different herbs and
that's
plants.
awesome.
And I tried all 3 of them. They're all awesome. One of them was blue because he was using these.
Yeah.
I think it was butterfly pea, and so it was like blue butterfly pea blossoms mixed in, not pea.
I thought you were going to tell the light bulb joke.
No, stop. Not doing that.
Okay. Also, Michael sent us
Not
a
on my
$5
channel.
super chat. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Michael.
Michael. Pawpaw kombucha, potentially. There's another prison name for it. Pawpaw
Papa Kombucha. Papa Kombucha don't like what you're doing.
Talk to Pawpaw Kombucha. Oh, my goodness. Yes. Thank you, Karen. Karen says, please, everyone, hit the like button.
Thank you, Karen, so much.
Karen's very kind.
So we're
Karen
gonna be
is-
doing some stuff tomorrow. This is if you're just tuning in now. This is Sean the Modern
Hello,
Yeoman.
everyone.
He has a channel on YouTube. We are at his homestead right now. You can look up the Modern Yeoman and find him. And this is my brother Brian from Flannel Farms, who, thanks to you guys, he just
We
hit
5,000.
5,000
Congrats,
subscribers.
yesterday.
So awesome.
So if you look for Flannel Farms, you will find my brother. He is doing some very entertaining
And if
videos.
you guys help, Sean will hit 10,000 this weekend,
Let's-
which is really cool.
I'm
He's
okay.
getting close to
It's gonna
10,000.
happen.
I'm at 95 last I checked, which is fun. That's cool.
You might make it.
So you need
Go over there and subscribe.
9,000.
Just go hit the Modern Yeoman's channel and give him a boost.
We certainly appreciate it. We love the Yo folks, as we call them. We do. We love the Yo folks on the Yo. I'm yo'd out a little bit. I need to come up with another prefix.
We're gonna-
He's not used to singing because normally he's yodeling.
I think I hung pretty well.
No, you're yodeling.
You survived.
I did.
You survived.
Survival counts. I'll
He,
take it,
also, as soon as we
yes.
turn the live stream off, he's gonna pass out immediately.
What was the prison name? I already forgot. Pawpaw Kombucha.
Papa
That's a channel name changes next week.
Pawpaw Kombucha.
Home with Katrina. Yes, this is my genetic brother. There, this is my YouTube brother. Now I'm an uncle to Henry. So,
That's right.
but yes, I am David the Good's biological brother.
Yeah,
Biological.
but he got better hair.
Yeah, have you seen this
I mean,
man's
my
hair?
hair's not
He has
bad.
got a
I got
pompadour.
hair. You know,
how's that? Does
but, but that's
I should be in a boy band.
Boy, I need to grow my hair out.
You do. You look. Yeah. It's,
you got to do the boy band look.
So I think the secret to your hair is you cut it short on the sides. but
yeah,
you
the
keep it
under
long.
fade thing.
And,
then you
and
have
I don't
the
know,
big-
his doesn't turn gray at all.
the big hot mess.
Mine's been turning gray since I was.
I am
20-something.
also 40.
There's a little bit of salt and pepper in there.
That's probably the method.
There's just a scotch of wisdom. Just a scotch of wisdom. If Cowboy 8 panel was here, they really like my hair. They always say something inappropriate.
He's got the wave of mutilation up there.
And
I've
if I
got
want to
the-
be in a
I do
90s
have
band
a
with
beard.
feelings, you
There
just
you
pull
go.
it over, and now I'm Trent Reznor.
Yeah,
was the
I
guy,
should
right?
get the touch of black and put it into my beard.
I'll get a touch of gray, you get a
Instead
touch of black.
yeah, forget
We'll
it.
go backwards.
We'll go kind of mix
Is
it here.
emo still a thing? Is that gone?
Emo?
That's done now, right?
I
That's
think-
been done for
Oh,
years,
I
right?
think they're...
I remember that.
Hey, just starting a new garden. What tips can you guys give me? I'm process forest of food, creating a forest. I have sandy soil, no organic cover.
In an emo.
Yeah, answer in an emo. A 1999 emo song.
Let's see. No, it's got. Here it is. Ooh, what in the world?
These strings are old.
These strings stay out.
Yeah.
That's all.
Funny.
If you were just starting out on your own without her, it's painful to start. You gotta reconnect with yourself and with those who know what they're doing with the ground, what they're doing with the ground. Look for the old folks down the road. If you pass a green garden in your neighborhood, say, would you show me around? Show me around. Cause my heart is broken and I'll never have a girlfriend. Won't you be my girlfriend? Oh, lady with the green thumb. Her name is Sandy. Her name is Sandy.
We're now starting to turn into a soul song.
Yes. I thought you were going to go
So
talk about how Sandy broke your heart.
Yeah.
I give, and she takes, and she takes. Sandy!
I used to do that.
You know I always think of you.
All right, that's
Dan says this is 96-ish. No, I don't know. It was very
Dan,
dashboard.
not
conventional
99.
to
Oh,
me.
I was trying.
Dano says, cut myself for blood meal.
Yeah,
Emo.
yeah, if it was, you know, it's got it. You're right. It's kind of like if it gets to the Evanescence era, it's a little more like.
He's pretty good at this.
Yeah.
An idea. She's got an idea.
An idea in her head.
I'm looking at the ground.
Looking at the
All
ground.
of a sudden it drops into drop D.
Looking at the ground.
Looking at the ground. Looking at the ground.
We should get into
Sand
90s
is
ska next.
Ska.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
god.
cherry planting daddies.
That's actually really good. Yes, that's very good. I do miss ska. I was big into that.
ska.
Oh man, not
I was
me,
not on the ska. I was
hated
I
it
pretty
so
much
bad.
stuck with grunge and just
You wrote it out.
yeah, wrote it out.
I had a death metal
Wrote it out.
phase that was.
Did you?
Well, yeah, hard, yeah. It was bad.
I like to go
I
into
was
the
angry
kids,
for no reason.
I like to go into the kids' room in the morning and go, wake up, Dexter, you better wake up, Mom wants you.
Was it Cat Stevens?
I don't think you trust
Yeah. You must get up and
I love ska.
do
That's
your
my person right there. Who is that?
Well, anybody named Crystal likes ska. Jeez. But I'm still
Every crystal loves ska.
so even as I said, yeah,
Yeah.
it's obvious. Your parents probably named you after a ska song. I really
thought.
liked.
Oh, the Orange County Supertones.
Woo!
Yes,
liked,
I liked the Supertones.
Billy Joel and the Allman Brothers a lot still. Like growing up, even through my death metal phase, there was something about the storytelling. And
Our
fighter's a jerk.
our rooster fighter is singing.
I like the fact that Billy Joel wrote like story songs, and he
Yes.
wrote them and he played them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And the Allman Brothers were very
He
similar.
was a
like,
troubadour.
the jam band was. Man, the
Troubadour.
live at Fillmore.
He told
album.
stories. It's like
Yes.
Bob Dylan was a good songwriter. He wasn't a good singer.
No.
No, he was
Um,
terrible. I hated him.
But yeah.
Beat me up, Mr. Scott says techno metal. Wow.
Heck no, I didn't know that was his genre.
I bet you wear loafers.
The only way you could get a record deal if you're Bob Dylan is to sell your soul for the devil.
clearly.
Which is what he did.
Obviously. Yeah, Jingle.
We'll
Jedi
talk
Jingle
about
says
that.
Bob is woke.
Is he now?
Did you know he was the piano man? I did.
Bob Dylan was the piano man?
Yeah. No.
You're whining.
Oh, Jim Carr says, how
Here
about
we go.
some Who?
There's a song tonight.
Scenes from an Italian restaurant. Great song.
That's a
He's
very
in the
good song.
Navy,
Friend of mine.
and he probably will be for life.
Yeah,
Corn.
so
Here
no,
they
we need.
again,
You've heard the
man.
Who, right? Not
The
Who, like the
microphone
band.
smells
have not,
like a
no.
You have not heard
No, I have
Tibet?
not.
Oh, it's like Mongolian throat
Oh, yeah, there we
singing.
go.
Rhyme.
And like when the closed captioning played,
practice satire.
that's
Yes,
not.
I ain't got
no crystal
ball.
But the Mongolian, like when you read the closed
Oh,
captioning,
the Who, the actual.
it was like, you will attack with a tiger, we will be a dinosaur.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
We will destroy your liver. Like, it is really brutally violent.
Billy says he's quite entertained. That's
well,
good.
I mean, you know,
That's the idea.
you're gonna have to be to get up early enough.
Yeah, you gotta wake up. We all gotta wake up pretty soon.
We had to
Heather
persuade
Gardner said
Billy.
degrading fast. Wow.
Is that a song? I think they're asking. Degrading fast?
Please let David know that Dr. Good. No, I
He
missed it.
doesn't like the way I
Hey,
Where's
Billy, throw
Dr.
them a
Good?
piece of bread.
Dr. Good asked an apple a question about trees. I have an apple tree with 3 different types.
I have an
golden,
apple tree.
and forgotten the other.
Huh?
Started producing 2 years ago, but apples are tasteless. They're woke too? And what's up with that? Zone 9B. Why do his apples like Katy Perry? Because they're tasteless.
Why are the apples tasteless? It's Friday. We're gonna sing Friday. That's not Katy Perry. All right,
No.
that's Rebecca Black.
The Friday song. That's right.
Friday.
Yeah. I wonder what she's up to now.
Oh, she's terrible.
Yeah.
She's working for the Illuminati.
Okay.
So,
Makes
what
sense.
was it on the apples? Are
He's
tasteless?
got 3 types. There's one kind, the other kind, and the kind he forgot. And
They're fruiting.
they're fruiting, but they don't taste very good. They're 2 years old.
You know what? The flavor of fruit often gets better as the fruit gets older. Not the fruit itself, but the trees themselves, because the roots become better at as the root system improves, they're actually better at feeding themselves. So don't judge a plant by its first year's fruit, or the first couple of years' fruit. That said, if you give them a good mix of micronutrients, like if you look up Steve Solomon's mix on my website, thesurvivalgardener.com, we did some taste tests just in the vegetable garden where we saw incredible improvement in the flavor of some of the vegetables because they had this wide range of micronutrients, everything from molybdenum to boron to manganese and all that stuff. So I would try giving it some micros this year, and you know, the combination of it aging and getting a better root system and getting some will help. So that's right. Yeah, controversial Chris says low soil mineral content equals no flavor. So,
you
know, need
should
citric
be
acid,
able to
yeah.
keep a dwarf banana on a porch in 7A/B if you keep it warm enough, right?
Wait, did Billy comment on there?
Oh, Billy's
He's
been
been-
commenting.
he's been-
yeah.
he's too-
He said he
he's
should be trying to go to
entertaining.
sleep. He can't turn it off.
Here's a
The Kramer
apple
life says
question.
they're in the same boat.
Yeah. You guys got to get up early. Come on.
So you
Yeah.
carpooling since you're in the same boat?
Yeah.
Here's an apple question,
Yeah.
and you can.
We gotta go
answer
to
it
Drop
in
D
this
and do
song.
My Own Summer by Deftones.
I get cedar apple rust. It sounds about this vibe of
I
this
get
song.
the cedar apple rust.
What do I grow instead?
What do I grow instead?
In East Tennessee soil.
Inside my head.
Anita said it's like watching a good accident.
A good accident.
Who has the cedar apple? You
I
got
do,
it?
yeah, because we got so much cedar.
You gotta cut down all the woods. Turn them into boards.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what people say. But there are apparently varieties of apple that are more resistant to cedar apple rust. You may also try just planting a ton of other stuff
Pears.
around the apple trees too.
Oh, Billy talks
So
about
the more
this.
complicated
yeah.
the system is
Yes.
around the trees, sometimes the less one particular pathogen takes over. Another thing that we've done is we made compost tea and sprayed it on plants. I didn't notice that the compost tea made much difference, except it greened them up some. But when we added yogurt and kefir to the sprayer and diluted it, and we sprayed the leaves of plants, it
Interesting.
wiped out mildew infestation.
Huh.
So it's possible it may help. I don't know.
How
You still
do
getting
you-
fruit?
No, we just planted.
Was it-
They're
okay.
young.
How do you treat canker on stone fruits?
Oh, how do you treat?
That's the question.
You only get one shot. Don't miss your chance to grow.
One cankertunity.
One opportunity, not once in a lifetime. I have not dealt with that one.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I've got another question. Squash bugs.
Yes, definitely squash them.
Yeah. Yeah, we squash all the bugs.
We,
So, do you have to? You mean the vine borers? Or
whatever
the-
lays the cluster of red eggs on the bottom of my squash leaves, and I have to come out there with the cat
Oh,
lid
yes.
roller and roll them
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Is that the only way to deal with them? Is go out there and inspect underneath each leaf every morning to get rid of those eggs, or is there another way to eradicate that population? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
right?
I know what you're talking about.
These things are.
Yeah, they're intense and they're everywhere when
Yes.
they get going.
They only care about squash, zucchini.
It's like the earlier in the season you can get them going, the less likely you are to end up with problems. The bugs start to show up as the weather warms more. Of course, if it's too cold, then your squash gets killed by the frost.
exactly.
So there's this balancing act. And some years I've got them, like I had some start out of the compost pile and get running early before everything else, and we didn't get a late frost, and they did awesome. And then the other stuff that's a little later got wrecked. But it seems to be a combination of genetics, which some plants really seem to attract bugs more than others, and nutrition, which also can keep the plants defending themselves better, or they don't like plants that are growing really healthy. If the plants are growing really healthy, they often leave them alone. Not always, but hand picking, if you see them, is pretty much the only thing
That's
I
what we
do,
did
because
last
I don't
year.
like to spray anything.
Somebody told me to plant a decoy squash. There's a
You can do that too.
Yeah,
Hubbard.
That's it.
Yep,
That's the
if
one
you
they
plant
said.
Hubbard, everything wants to eat Hubbard, and I like Hubbard. I want to eat Hubbard too, but the bugs always get it. So that's
So you
the
put
idea.
that way over there, and then
And
you
it's
have
like,
your
go
other-
over there and
yeah.
eat that one.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's-
Christopher Kane
like-
said
it's a
he
trap
said a
crop.
bad word. Did you say the Z word?
Oh yeah, I did. Sorry, I know it. I know I
I'm
did.
sorry, we should have
He
blipped that
didn't
out. Can we
notice
get edit it
that.
after the thing? Sorry, kids.
We'll just fix it. Hold on, real
Yep.
quick. There we go. Okay, good. Cut him out.
That's it. He's gone.
He's gone.
Sorry, kids.
come back with him like a-
this is live.
a
We
suit.
may have some issues with yeah.
Somebody shows up like
Z words.
We don't have. We need that
pillowcase
10
gets put over
second,
his head. He gets dragged out the back.
10-second gap with my wife and back in the studio going.
Yeah.
cut.
Oh.
Ah. Have any of you read a book called Dirt to Soil?
Yes, by Gabe Brown. I have read it. It's very good. I'm going to actually. I put a review of it on my website like a week or two ago.
Cool.
So yeah, Dirt to Soil by Gabe Brown. It's very good. It's got his personal story of taking worn out, commercially farmed, and going through one failure after another on this farm, trying to have a family. It was just miserable. So definitely worth buying Dirt to Soil. It's a very good book, very inspiring and useful.
We have to do the rule of thirds.
right. I'm at like the 8th though.
Yeah, I was gonna
so.
say you're.
Yeah, but you're the biggest eighth.
Is there any book that David has not read? I've never read Harry Potter.
And neither have I.
Oh.
Because that's how you get demons.
It's a demon. You get demons. Harry demons. Demon Potter.
If like Coldplay Fix You, I don't have the. I would have to look the chords up for that. Are we over an hour?
Yeah.
I think we've hit it.
Can we quit?
We better quit before we get in trouble.
tired.
You do have bourbon somewhere, I hope.
We don't.
Oh, it's a dry county.
It is. Yeah.
Ow! What fresh horrors are these?
For those of you that watched a certain car show, well, on that disappointing bombshell. Good
Tom
night.
Petty.
Thanks for watching.
Yep, that's a good one. So, guys, thank you very much for joining me. This is Sean, the modern yeoman, right here.
Thanks for hanging out with us. On
We
the
are at
Homestead.
his homestead.
Yes.
Tomorrow, if you subscribe to his channel, you're going to be doing the live stream.
I'm not going to be doing a live
No, no,
stream.
no, no,
I'm going
no.
to be filming
Who's
it.
doing the stream?
I don't know
he's
if we're
filming.
doing the stream.
We're
but
not sure if we're doing a
we'll
live
find
stream
out.
tomorrow, but
But anyone that is, I know several people watching this are going to be there tomorrow, so it looks like we're probably going to get rolling at about 8. So
If your mom will let you leave
7:30
in that
if-
time.
Yep.
if your
assuming
mom will let
that's
you
the
get up
case.
that early and come over. So
Come on over.
look for the modern yeoman. He's going to be filming the
I
pig,
will.
the
That'll
pig
come
butchering.
out Sunday or Monday.
Pig butchering is not my normal thing. Obviously, this is a gardening channel. But I'll talk to you guys about composting, the wastes.
Yeah.
They feed plants to pigs. I feed pigs to plants. So it kind of
Problems
it's
solved.
beautiful. It's
Issues,
all the way
yeah.
around.
Yep,
So
yep.
no, your avocados will not cross pollinate with tangerine. That is like way out there.
That's a great. That's a great
Thanks,
way
Karen.
to.
So anyhow, Sean, the modern yeoman, and my brother Brian at Flannel
Thanks for hanging
Farms.
out.
So
Which I have.
anyhow,
Oh wait.
you just need lots of carbon. You can compost anything if you have enough carbon to cover it with. So God bless you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you,
you all
everyone.
for joining us for the craziness. It was
A good
very
accident.
Oh, it was so fun.
Very good to see you
a
all.
good accident.
Yes.
And until next time, may your thumbs always be green. And then I have to figure out how to
You hit the X button,
stop
but
this.
it keeps going when you hit X. So hit the done button after the X.
Done button.
Hit that, and then it goes, "Are you sure?" And you have to hit
Yes,
that. 'Cause I
what?
have said things after.
Hey, thanks, kids. I don't have one of these smartphones.
You
Just
dang
what?
kids and your meddling dog.
That's a cancel and that's an end. I don't know which one I want.